has been a hot minute since I have done a video and seen you guys. I've been on a little bit of a whirlwind with work. If you're new to my channel, well then I'd say welcome to you. If you're my girlfriends, then I'm sending you all my love. But if you are new here, my name is Denise and this is the channel a Fab. And basically it stands for Absolutely Fabulous, which is all about makeup and things that are fun. That's what this channel is all about, and obviously geared towards the more mature beauty community. As this week's video is going to be all about my most recent drugstore haul. But basically 2018, I wasn't really out there trying to buy the big, Sephora, eyeshadow palettes. Having said that, if there's some pretty cool ones coming in spring, I'm not going to hold back, but I'm really trying to use what I currently have, which will seem a little ridiculous when you've seen what I've just purchased for myself at the drugstore. But, I don't know, look through my playlist. I don't do tons of drugstore hauls, and I do like to find good drugstore products because of the price point, and if they can just, be a little better performers than the high end, then I'm all for that and saving money. So having said that, 2018, one of the makeup goals, if you will, was that I wanted to kind of find my holy grail in a new foundation. I have always, for the last couple of years now, certainly the last year that I started my channel, last year, I was using the L'Oreal, it's just on my desktop, the L'Oreal 24-Hour Infallible Pro Glow. It was right here. And before that, I used the L'Oreal Lumi True Cushion Foundation. Those have been my two favorites. I think I use the colors. This one I use 202 just in neutral. Just generally either have a neutral or a cool sort of undertone to my skin. This is the new Photofocus foundation. This is in the color Nude Ivory. And I'd heard some really great things about it, so I thought it would be worth checking out because it's a drugstore foundation and, the price point. It's just right instead of paying $60 for a high end. So it was nice before I purchased the high end to try a drugstore one, because if I fell in love with this, then I probably wouldn't have to buy the $60 foundation. Having said that, I have tested this out. It is definitely not my go-to foundation. I'm just going to say that. And it's not so much because of the wear of it. The wear of it was fine. I'll just swatch it out for you. I'm not a huge fan of this Most Unusual paddle-like applicator. But again, not a big throwback. The thing that got me, there's the color. So you can see, at least on the back of my hand, it's a pretty good match. And it shears out relatively easily. Feels a little more oilier than some of my other matte ones. But yeah, it's just meant to be kind of like a medium coverage foundation that's completely buildable. So you can see shearing it out is fine. But girls, I can't grab it because of the smell. It smells so strong in chemicals. I won't be grabbing for this. Okay. The next two things, so one of them you would have seen when I did a quick live session where I was just live playing with my makeup, which is this amazing, it's a 6 eyeshadow palette from Milani. The price point is just amazing, and quite frankly the quality of these eyeshadows is great. So there's, as far as I know, 3 palettes, and this palette is the Earthy Elements, and you can see it has all of those really lovely shades, but the best part is that there's enough shades in there in the 6 that you can actually really create a lovely look that goes from day to evening. And like I said, the price point on these is really amazing. And I am not a huge, with any of these drugstores, I am just not huge, big fan of the tools that come with it. I've said many times they're okay for other people, but for me, they're just not dense enough and they don't cover enough geographic area. but they're really great for softening out lines if you're doing underneath the eye. Yeah, so I still keep them. I like to keep them in their original package. I'll just swatch out some of them, but what I will say about these eyeshadows is the pigmentation. So here is one there, and I don't know the colors' names, but I'm just going to show you this lovely, I don't know what you call it, kind of like this matte, I call it a matte pumpkin. But I mean, just look at that. I mean, the color of it really just warms up the eyes. And here is kind of a more iridescent brown. I'll swatch that right beside. I mean, that's just one swipe. Take a look at the sort of pigment on those. I mean, really, really good. You know, it's a little disappointing that it doesn't come with a mirror, but I'm okay with that because I have enough other things in my makeup bag that do have mirrors if I need to apply my makeup on the go, which I don't usually do unless I'm traveling somewhere. So I have another one. And this one I actually have on my eyes. And this one is, again, the Everyday Eyes, but this is in the Plum Basic. These are all the colors. Let me just take out. These are all the colors for this year's color of the year. So if you're really into the plums and the purples, then get yourself the Plum Basics Everyday Eyeshadow. 6 eyeshadow palettes from Milani. You will not be disappointed. Drugstore prices, and again, I mean, just look, really good one. There you go, there. So beautiful, beautiful shadows. And again, you know, just in a really nice compact with a half decent tool to use as well. So they've got all your shades you need in there, your crease and your accent and your base shades and transitional shades. Take it from day to evening. Oh yeah. And this is awesome. I just, you know, it's every bit as good to me as the Anastasia, the Anastasia pencils. Got the spoolie on the one end, which is really great, and then you've got this micro fine. I mean, you will not be able to see that, but that is a micro fine pencil that you can get in there. I'm just going to draw a couple of lines on my hands. There you go. And then really just get in there and just start creating some of those fibrous, you know, strokes wherever you might be a little lacking in that area. And of course, I'm wearing it for what I like to call my boyfriend brows. I know my girlfriends get a kick when I say that, but that's really what it is. And this is in the color Light Brunette. So the next one that I picked up, this was a recommendation from somebody's channel. So if I can ever remember whose video I watched where they said to get this, but somebody's video, so I'm not sure who. So if it's you and you're watching this, down below, make sure that you say, hey, that was my video. Recommended the Rimmel, basically lasting finish lip liners. And this one is in the color Rose Quartz, which is kind of my standard go-to lip liner. But it just, I don't know. I think it's a really great color coming into spring and summer. It is a little bit like your lips, but better, as I often say, but this a little bit more on the pinky base, but it just literally, it just glides on your lips. And I don't know if you saw my Elizabeth Arden, it was the World of Color video that I do. Again, I could put a link to it up top if you want to see that. That was the Christmas gift that I got, and it had a great liner in it that was also effortless, and I think it was called Pink Petal or Rose Petal, something like that. This was very much like that one. Not that I've used that, but this was a Rimmel and it was recommended. And yeah, it's just really great. It was just lovely and smooth, but not too soft and not too hard to kind of use as a lip liner. And that's exactly the type of properties in a lip liner, you know, in a lip pencil that I'm after. So I just saw Kathy's Care Chat. So if you don't know Kathy, she's really fantastic. But she was talking about this plethora of blushes that she has. I, funny enough, probably have a plethora of like highlighters because I'm all kinds of crazy about highlighters, but I don't have that many really good blushes. So I was looking for a good blush to go into the summer. I picked up this one, which is the Tea Rose Powder Highlight from Milani, and I just absolutely love these. Just aside of the packaging, again, you know, I think I've mentioned that packaging always draws me in, but when it's drugstore prices and the packaging is just this good, it grabs my attention, and then I go in and I swatch it out. It's on my cheeks. It's not overly pigmented, and then it just really blends away, and it is just so pretty. Just been outside in the fresh air, and it's not overly done. And while I was there, I was like, well, may as well just check out the NYX Powder Puff Lippies. So if you haven't heard about them, they are really, really great. Now there's all kinds of really great shades. Yeah, what I really like about it is it kind of stains your lips. It goes on like a cream and then sort of turns into a powder. So you basically just squeeze this little sponge applicator, and then you put it on, and it goes on a cream. There it is there. You can see it's very nicely pigmented, but then very quickly it turns into a powder that basically just, it's quite amazing. And it just, you can sheer it out so that you give your lips just a little bit of a blush, or you can apply more and then just really intensify the color. But the staying power of this is quite impressive. That's my fingers. Very innovative with the cream going to a powder and giving you sort of like a little stain on your lips, because let's face it, I mean, you know, you're eating and drinking throughout the day, and then most of that goes, and especially in wintertime, you know, if you live here in Canada or any place where it gets cold in winter, which is pretty much most of North America for the most part, you know, putting on liquid matte lipsticks is great, except that they show every line and they show all the sort of wrinkles that are already in your lips. And if you have any skin that you haven't sloughed off or chapped lips, it doesn't really look that appealing. But because this goes on as a cream and then turns into a powder and kind of acts like a lip stain, it's just, I don't know, far more complimentary. I wanted to find one that was going to give me the same effect as my Elizabeth Arden's Lasting Impressions mascara, but not be in the $30 price point. And I find that pretty hard. So today, what I have on is I have the L'Oreal Voluminous Superstar Xfiber. So this is a dual-ended mascara at the drugstore. You have number 1, which basically is a bit of a primer, but a mascara coater. So you put that on all over your lashes, and then you follow it up with the fiber end mascara. And then basically it just adds additional fibers to what is already put on the mascara and kind of gives you some more added length. I'm pretty happy with it, and it's certainly not one of those that smudges or moves on your eyes, so I'll give it kudos for that. I don't know that I'm 100% sold on it, just because, you know, the actual pictures of the model applying it made it look like this would replace falsies or like eyelash extensions. And you know, I have pretty long eyelashes, but I don't know that it replaces false eyelashes, or sure how I would do with the fiber part of it, because I have fairly sensitive eyes, but it didn't, you know, none of the extra little, I think they're mostly made of paper fibers. They didn't fall in my eyes. They didn't irritate my eyes. It's easy enough to come off. I think that there's nothing really, again, that would just like wow me, but I've tried worse, and I think it's okay. It doesn't make my eyelashes look bad, so I guess that's a good thing. I don't know. Is that like really lowering the bar? I don't know if you can see it. It is the NYX Duo Chrome Illuminating Powder. And this one is said to be in Twinkle Tint. So there it is there. So you go, wow, so how exciting is that? It is just a white pressed powder, but I did say it was dual chromatic. But, and as my key light will show just quite expertly, yeah, it won't show quite expertly, but anyways, the right light, it turns blue. That is the NYX Duo Chromatic Illuminating Powder, kind of cool. And it is the Maybelline Master Chrome by Face Studio Metallic Highlighter. And this is in the color Molten Rose Gold. So, and it's filthy dirty, so let's just swatch the filthy dirty hand. Okay, so there it is there. Let's pray that my IKEA light will actually give it some justice. Fair skinned girls like myself and a few of us other gals in the mature community that are out there, this is really a beautiful, soft pink and slightly warm highlighter. If you can kind of see that. I don't know that you can see that, but beautiful for just doing under the brows, or if you had, you know, the off-shoulder tops for spring and summer and a little dusting there. I mean, it's on my finger, which you probably can't see it very well, but it's just a little bit warmer than yeah, it looks a little bit better on my nose than the other one, but a little bit warmer, but really beautiful. So anyways, I'm really excited to try that more because, of course, you know, I haven't really dug into that one, but really beautiful. All right, this is the L'Oreal Infallible Galaxy Stick. That's right, I actually said stick. And this is in the color Astro Blue. I know you're going to be like, Denise, you're on a blue kick. I'm definitely on a blue, like 99% of the time, I have to tell you. I know it's kind of crazy because you're like, well, a lot of times you wear black in your videos. Yeah, well, black is probably my second favorite, maybe my third favorite. I like blue, like a real royal blue. Then my next favorite would be gray, and then black. I know. But anyways, so this is the Galaxy, the L'Oreal Infallible Galaxy Stick. This is a multi-use illuminating stick. And I'm going to swatch it out for you. There it is there. Anyways, it goes on. It's just really super smooth. Let me put it on as a highlighter. Almost like a deodorant stick, and then it just lays down the color. And yeah, it's just easy to apply. I would just use that with a little beauty blender. Really easy. Doesn't have any smell. I really like it, and it's just nice and smooth. It just goes on and it just blends out and just has that tiniest little bit of astro blue color to it. So I'm really loving it. It's not like a scream in your face, but you know, considering that it's called Galaxy Highlighter Stick, I mean, you would think it's out of this galaxy. But I think that, you know, if you kept applying it, it would look pretty nice. Most of my hand is like icy blue. This one is just one you'll see in the drugstore. So this is called the Mask Masquerade. You know, like, tell me about it, tell me about it. But why I'm telling you about this Masquerade and this particular lip mask that you will put on is because of one particular ingredient. I like to research. You probably don't know, I'm a bit of a physics and chemistry nerd. It's really why I'm in the field I'm in. But I love to research about the ingredients of things I'm using. And this particular Masquerade for your lips, which is a hydrating and plumping little mask that you put on your lips, which I've used before and absolutely love. And it seems a bit weird because, of course, it's a mask for your lips, so that just seems a little bit strange. But, you know, again, a girl needs help. And the struggle is real with the dry skin and the dry lips, and I like to keep a plump and moisturized pucker for the winter time. So anyways, what I'm trying to get at is that there is an ingredient in here, and the ingredient, it's third on the list, and it's actually called hydroxyproline. Okay, so I'm going to probably put that down somewhere on the screen. Hydroxyproline is because hydroxyproline, so we all know about collagen, and we know that basically from the age of 25, yes, believe it or not, at the age of 25, we already start to lose the collagen fibers that are in our skin. Just so when you reach my age, like, damn, you are way down, girlfriend. So why you want to know about hydroxyproline is because it is a remarkable, revolutionary amino acid that basically helps collagen fibers, the collagen helix, and it's a major component, like I said, that's plant derived, that assists the collagen fibers that you have left, basically by helping to twist the collagen helix. Is that it's an amazing, I mean, if I could take that ingredient and just slather it all over my face and body, we would be like, who cares about age, because we would look amazing. But you have to watch out for this. It's in other products. When you can take an amino acid and then you can apply it to the skin, that gets absorbed, and a plant-derived amino acid that basically helps to strengthen the twisting fibers of a collagen helix, let me tell you, that is revolutionary. So if you can get your hands on this masquerade, and they have the face ones, which I'm going to have to check if that has the hydroxyproline component in it, because it's like, I think, the third ingredient on this list. So very, very impressive. Just thought I would give you that little tidbit of information, little chemistry lesson to keep us all looking so fabulous. That's my drugstore haul. I hope you guys are all having, as always, an amazing week. And as I always say at the end of every video, I hope, as always, that you have an absolutely fabulous week. Bye, everybody. Take care.